Hi everyone, Tim here from Island Scenics and welcome back. Wow, what a year 2020 has been. I can't believe it really. The amount of support that I've had from you guys has been phenomenal. It's been out of this world. It's blown my mind, to be honest. We never would have thought that we would have got close to 100 subscribers, let alone over 900 subscribers. It's just amazing. I just can't thank you all enough for your continuous support. All of you guys that have been pretty much with me from day one, and I still talk to on a daily basis near enough. It's brilliant. Well, I feel as though I've made a load of friends, or cyber friends, or whatever we want to call them. And you guys aren't just really a number. You're people, and it's great because I'm able to talk with you. We're able to throw ideas around. Okay, my ideas may not always be so helpful. They can be interesting. But to get feedback from you guys, and honest feedback, is just phenomenal. So guys, thank you so much for your support and your continuous support. It's been great. Well, what else has happened this year? Well, we've looked into several different things, haven't we? Different gauges. We've got the 00 gauge up in my boys' room. We've got the N scale that I'm not doing so much of now, although I've still got some bits floating around that I can do, and possibly do the odd video here and there. But that was the main scale I started on back at the beginning, was the N scale in the shed, but that's all changed. We've had good times, we've had some not so good times. Now, the shed was a not so good time twice. Two things happened in the shed. Well, first of all, I went and spilt loads of water from a big bottle of a milk carton of water that I left in there all over the railway board, and I left it for about 2 weeks. I come back to find mould all underneath the bottom, and yeah, so I had to sort that out. Also trying to do water, or resin water, for the gorge area back then in the shed. Not the best idea. I think in the 6 weeks for that to cure, due to the fact that it was so cold out there. Now that was probably a mental note to myself not to do that sort of thing, especially in the winter time. And then obviously the third one as well. I said 2, but there was 3. Losing the shed roof when I built the second shed. Now, yeah, we had a big storm come through here, and it took the roof up, and I found it 2 doors down, 2 neighbours' garden. But we got it back. I fastened it properly this time. And yeah, so we'll move on to the better things that had happened this year, shall we? Less of the rubbish stuff. So, like I said at the beginning, the good things really was just meeting you lot. I met some of you guys up at Stafford, probably the only model railway expedition we've been to that was off the Isle of Wight. We went to a couple after that. But we met a load of you guys, and it was fantastic to see some of you and actually talk to you guys in person. So that was a good thing. Well, we got lots of trains over the year, different gauges, which is brilliant. We got the O gauge trains. That was something we didn't think we'd ever get, but we got them, and the kids absolutely love those. So let's move on to another good thing, shall we? The shed. It's ready to go. Got a 20-foot by 10-foot area. Despite a couple of bad things we had in there, it's all fixed now. All gone. The roof's down. We had another storm the other weekend. I think winds gusting up to 100 miles an hour, and it's still there. The roof's there, the shed's there. So fantastic. It's ready, and we're going to be moving into that. That's the 2021 project, and fingers crossed, it's going to work, pretty much, because I have learnt so much over this year, and it's been thanks to you guys, really, and with your support, as always. I keep mentioning this, but it's true. Without you guys, I wouldn't have got as far as I did now. I've learnt a lot. I've tried a lot of things. Things have gone wrong, and things have gone great. I think, scratch building, I really have enjoyed scratch building this year, and it's something that I've learnt that I like. It's just, there's something about it. It's pleasurable, and the end achievement is just, wow, I made that. I didn't buy it, I made it. So yeah, you know, big achievement there for myself. But yeah, what's going to be coming in 2021? Now, we're going to have Eli's layout all set up. Rosie and Eli are going to be doing that. As we've mentioned before, they're not going to be on YouTube, but we might do the odd update here or there. But you can follow them on Facebook under the Family Model Railway. So yeah. Another change throughout the year, we've changed obviously the name of the channel really. We've gone in a different direction. We started off as a family model railway. Although the family still do the model railway, we don't do it on YouTube due to issues in the past. They're still doing it. They're loving it. They've got Eli's running again. And they are enjoying the 00 gauge stuff. Which now leaves me to move on to this year's project, and we've changed the name, as you can see, to Island Scenics. Now, what we're moving on to is ON30, which is O gauge running on 00 gauge track. Now, the room I've got in the shed is adequate for it, and I've been doing a bit of research into American narrow gauge, and that's where I'm heading, of course, with that. So we're sticking with that sort of theme. Yeah, we've come into the shed because I want to check out the recording. Now the shed's ready to go. I want to check that the video can pick up okay. There's enough light in here. The sound isn't too awful because a lot of the time I'm going to be spending in here filming for the future. So we moved out of the workshop. Now that was another good thing that we did last year. We made a dedicated room called the hobby room. Where we can put all our stuff. So we'll just have a quick look at the hobby room and go over how I've kind of like organised the mess in there. Okay, so here's the workshop. Now this part here is where I'll keep me wood, like the balsa wood and coffee stirrers, which I use a lot of. Here's workstation number 1 with a couple of me ON30 locos on. Here we got the shelves above everywhere. Now the top shelf has a lot of my important stuff, a bit like the resin castings, the clear resin, IPA, plaster of Paris, anything I don't want the kids, some silicone, mould and things like that, I don't want the kids to get hold of, so they're out of the way, right at the top there. It looks a bit of a mess, but it's an organised mess. I know what's around and where to find them. Up at the top I've got my track, 009, 00 gauge and N gauge track, a couple of the O gauge locos I've got there, me 009 selection. I'll probably get on the project there at some point in 2021. Now over to the workbench number 2 where I have my computer to do me uploads and that lot. I've got my static grass, my Jack Daniels, let's not forget about the Jack. Down here, nice little work area for smaller projects, and in the corner where all my paints are, as well as matchsticks. Now, I hope to spend a lot of 2021 in here because we're going to go back to doing the baseboards. We've got loads of wood here to create the baseboards. We've got the whole area now. Just this area here is going to be dedicated for the sawmill and the logging end, where that end just here is going to be like the log camp. So, you know, this 2 areas already done. We've got a fair bit behind the camera and at the far end. Now they're going to be future projects, and we'll get on to them later on. And the layout that's going to go in the shed here isn't phototypical. It's going to be made up, you know, to a far degree that actually the island that the railway runs on and the towns and that are complete fictional. They've got their own very own island. So we're going to move into that and have a look at that and a bit of a history behind it and all that sort of stuff to make the railway fun for me, really. I just create this whole world that I can escape into and just relax. Really, that's the main goal for next year. Last year I had loads of projects on and it got a bit chaotic and 90% of them didn't even get finished. We may revisit some throughout the year. But this year I'm just going to be doing the one project, which is this. And maybe the odd other couple of things throughout the year. Who knows? But we're going to move from, and it's going to be scratch built. Pretty much everything on it, apart from possibly rolling stock and the trains and the locomotives. Everything else is going to be scratch built, the buildings and all that. So that's going to be something I think is going to be really, really exciting to look forward to comes 2021. And I hope that you guys will be with me for that and continue to follow me. Although we jump through the scales and the gauges, I think I found one that I'm going to really enjoy. So here's a bit of a track plan of the future ON30. This is the sawmill and the log camp. It's the only part of the area that I'm going to put together and concentrate on first of all. We're going to come on to my first little loco that I've got for the ON30. Now this is an 042, which is DCC sound. We'll go more into these later on. This is my 440, which is DCC. It's not got the sound chip. And in the back there is my log wagons. Now we will go into that a lot later. So there is a new thing that I have started for 2021, and that is called a Buy Me a Coffee. It's a little bit like Patreon, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Be a member. You can support me just by doing a one-off, I think it's a couple of pound, click Buy Me a Coffee. The link's going to be down in the description down below. Or you can become a member, which I believe is £7 a month I'm doing. And with that, obviously it goes to support me and what I'm doing, and also in return I'm going to be sending out to the members on a monthly basis a monthly photo, a photo of the month, so to say. And obviously it'll be one of my train photos. Now they are going to be a 6x4 and it's just a print, no mount. But that's my appreciation for you guys supporting me. Once again, you don't have to. The main support for me and my channel is just comments and likes, and obviously the subscription. So, guys, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment and a like, and introduce yourself if you're new. I love talking to you all. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for your continuous support throughout 2020, and hopefully more support through 2021. Anyway, have a good new year, and let's see where this goes. Take care for now. Bye.